Today, you may be thinking about how to find your first job. You may be working your way up the corporate ladder, or you may be looking forward to retirement. Wherever you are in today's workforce, one thing is certain. In 15 years, the Canadian workplace will be a very different and potentially much darker place. Your Canada today has relatively low unemployment, with steady GDP growth. Canada attracts educated and skilled immigrants, and boasts a diverse workforce that fits your area of expertise. Canada is able to support your way of life, which in fact provides your job and yours. Considering the current economic uncertainty facing the world and its continued social and political instability, is it safe to assume that you will always enjoy the relative prosperity which has become part of the Canadian experience? We considered the future and tabled three very distinct but plausible outcomes. In Scenario 1, Unsustainable Prosperity, we consider a stable rebound in the U.S., as well as booming commodity demand from high-growth countries such as Brazil, India, and China. In 2025, your job may be in any of our natural resource industries, which are boosted by the rising price of oil, adding to Canadian GDP. But what if you work in a different industry other than mining or energy? Perhaps you'll be stuck in a transactional role that fails to take full advantage of your education and promise. Or perhaps you will find that your job has been outsourced to a cheaper workforce. Where today there is a gap between rich and poor, by 2025, this gap will increase, creating an even larger divide between the haves and the have-nots. In Scenario 2, the lost decade, we consider an even darker outcome. What if the global recovery led by Brazil, India, and China slows down, and their demand for our natural resources drops to a level that cannot sustain our growth? Many of the knowledge jobs you worked hard to win have gone overseas to more competitive countries. You may be one of the increasing number stuck in part-time or contract arrangements that barely allow you to make ends meet. Your job is obsolete, and new graduates discover they are mismatched to suit the needs of Canada in 2025. This Canada has high unemployment with a diminishing tax base, which results in severe austerity cuts, which cut you and you. Adding to social unrest, the gap between rich and poor has grown to a gulf, which may never be bridged. But in Scenario 3, the Northern Tiger, we become a strong and robust nation filled with industrial diversity and prosperity. We've considered what Canada would become if we implemented 5 basic strategies. You could be a skilled immigrant working in high-value manufacturing, profitable green technology, or professional services. You could be working from anywhere, free and flexible to meet your commitment to work and life. Your productivity is maximized due to the widespread availability of technology. And you are fully engaged and productive through progressive management styles and a modern employment contract. The Human Resources Professionals Association and Deloitte joined forces to create the CanadaWorks 2025 initiative. This report considers the economic and workplace changes required for Canada to take back control and create a sustainable, successful, and diverse workplace in 2025. We interviewed over 50 Canadian business, academic, political, and government leaders. We asked them which one policy or economic change they would advocate for. Predictably, a multitude of answers were given. While Canadians can all agree on the policy levers which need to be pulled, the friction is around which direction to pull them. Canada has some serious decisions to make if we aspire to achieve Northern Tiger status. Your job can continue to flourish, and yours, and yours. And you do have a role to play to ensure that future. Download the Deloitte HRPA CanadaWorks 2025 report to find out what you can do to make the Northern Tiger a reality. What one change would you make? Join the debate.